We've been working really hard on the YouTube animation fight game, and there's been so many updates since the last video. And by the way, if you want to stay consistently updated as we continue working on it, I've been posting photos and clips of new features on Twitter, so you can follow me there if you want to stay notified on the game before the update videos. And I even already have a few clips up there right now. So ever since that last video, I've gotten so many DMs from people asking help on the project, so the team's expanded from just me and Vinter Makes Games, the guy from the last video who's taking over doing the coding, to a few other really talented people who make some pretty cool stuff, which I'll leave their names in the descriptions below. As for some of the newer features, I recreated the logo and start screen, giving it a cleaner, bolder look. We've also been working on a new selection menu where this time the stage select is combined with it, which works kind of like a YouTube video where you can use the number keys to skip between maps. And we've updated the game by making the characters bigger and the camera a little more zoomed in, so now it looks a little bit more smoother when the characters move back and forth. Vinter is also really good at making backgrounds, so aside from my white void background, he was able to recreate Jaden's anime music video map, which as soon as he showed me, I was so excited because this looks exactly like a fighting game stage, which is like so cool to look at. He added some parallax to the level, which means the backgrounds are created on layers, so each layer moves a little bit differently to make the stage feel more realistic. So it inspired me to want to redo the Alan Becker map, which I was already gonna do, but this time I wanted to add a little bit more detail using that method. He also animated a placeholder character, which is just a training dummy, who we decided to make the character for the practice mode. We decided to use this guy as reference, but for our game in training mode, he has 3 different moves, being a punch, air kick, and tongue attack. For now, we're just using him to hold the place of Alan Becker's character, which is going to be made by Timothy and Ilias Arts, which from some of the stuff he showed us, I think the attacks are going to be pretty worthwhile. Tim also gave the character some special effects animations with a pixel style to make the game feel a little bit more retro arcade, and I think it gives it a nice touch. I've seen a lot of the animators you all want for the game in the comments on the last video, and I'd love to go more into the multimedia idea and take inspiration from this being pixels on a 2D hand-drawn character, and maybe even find a way to add some 3D animation YouTubers to be able to interact with 2D characters later on down the line for the full game after the demo. We've also been working on some battle music and sound effects, where we want to have each stage have its own sound, but we're still working on it, so I don't want to spoil what we have in mind, but I'm hoping everything turns out exactly how I have in my head. Now, as for James, I gave him some new attacks where I added some of his references, being the air dash special, where I gave him the helicopter hat. Of course, I had to add the Subway attack as a standing special, and then lastly we gave him a slip attack, which each one doing more damage than the basic attacks. We also made the original set of attacks a 3-parter, where now you can combo all of them, damaging your opponent more. Hopefully we'll have a few more characters and features after the holidays, which as you probably guessed will just include James, Jaden, and the Second Coming as the main characters for the demo, because they're like the most popular animators on the site. But I feel like this looks amazing already, and I'm so ready to see how the project turns out. And if you want to stay updated on the game, consider subscribing and following me on Twitter, where I'll have some extra behind the scenes stuff. I'll also have all the people who helped out in this video in the description below, so make sure to check them out. The next video I make on this will probably be a teaser trailer. We just have to fix a few things to get it to look nice. But with that, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you on the next one.